Season's greetings, everyone. It's time for my annual tradition of making a holiday hot chocolate. Every year for almost, I think, every year that I've been making YouTube videos, I have made a different kind of hot chocolate for the holidays. And this year, I'm going to be sharing 2 new recipes with you guys. It's gonna be sweet, it's not gonna be that healthy, but it's gonna be great. The first thing I'm gonna be making is cookies and cream hot chocolate. And this is because cookies and cream is one of my favorite ice cream flavors. And since I'm basing this off of the ice cream flavor, this hot chocolate is going to have a white hot chocolate base, which is pretty cool if you ask me. But before I start making the hot chocolate itself, I'm going to crush my cookies. And you can use Oreos for this, but I prefer Newman's O's just because the ingredients are a little bit better than Oreos, AKA their real ingredients. So this is just my personal preference, but they taste the same as Oreos. So you want about 3 or 4 cookies in a little plastic bag, so then you can use something that's heavy. I'm using a rolling pin to just beat the crap out of it, basically. So if you have any built up aggression or stress because it's holiday season, this is a great recipe to get all that stress out. But do it on the cookies, not anything else. So this looks pretty good because we have some really crushed up bits, but then there are also some larger chunks, which is what I prefer. So I'm just gonna set this little bag aside. Now for the white hot chocolate part. I'm going to be using a cup of white chocolate chips, and I'm going to put that into my pot. And then I have a cup of barista almond milk, and I like using the barista almond milk because it's almost like taking the place of a traditional half and half, but I have an intolerance to dairy, so I'm using almond milks, but you can use regular milks for this if that is what you prefer, or you can use whatever milk alternative you want and it'll still be delicious. And then I'm just gonna bring my pot over to the stove and heat this up until the white chocolate melts into the milk. And doing it this way just creates a nice smooth base, so that way when you add the rest of your milk, you don't have any weird chunks. So I have 4 cups of vanilla almond milk here, and then I'm also going to add in half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And keep stirring it until it's heated up. I've melted about half a cup of the white chocolate, and I've put that in a plate, as well as half of the crushed cookies. And then the other half of the cookies are still in the bag. Just give it a little twisty twist, a little shimmy. Now moving over to the crushed cookies. And now it's time to taste my creation. Well, there's a lot of whipped cream on here. I'm gonna get it all over my nose. It tastes like cookies and cream ice cream got melted down, but like more delicious than melted ice cream, if you know what I mean. And the crunch around the rim is really nice as you're going in to take a sip because you get a little bit of cookie too. So it's so good. And why not have a cookie on the side, right? On to the next. Guess what time it is? Twix time. What's the whole thing about Twix? Like, give me a break or something? Twix, it's all in the mix. You know, I was gonna say that, I really was, and then I went over to Kit Kats. Ugh. So I'm using the same milks as in the last recipe, but a little different ratio. So I have 3 cups of the vanilla almond milk mixed with half a cup of the barista almond milk for a total of 3.5 cups. And I'm just gonna pour that into my saucepan. BT dubs, I crushed it again. But just letting you know, these are over here for later. Then I'm going to take one of my favorite drinking chocolate mixtures, and I'm just going to follow the instructions on the packaging. It says to add 3 tablespoons of this mixture to every 1 cup of milk. Now I'm just going to take my whisk and mix all of this together and wait for it to heat up. Look at my mountain of chocolate. It looks like there's a crazy amount of chocolate in here because I love hot chocolate to be super rich, and I love this specific hot chocolate mix because it's really more like a drinking chocolate. So there's really great quality chocolate in it, like there's actual chunks, and it's sweetened just a little bit. Before I pour in the hot chocolate, I'm going to prep my glass by drizzling some of my caramel topping into the bottom of my glass. Now it's time to put it all together. I'm going to pour in my hot chocolate, add some whipped cream, sprinkle the crushed Twix on top of that, add some of the caramel drizzle, and then sprinkle it with some salt flakes. Time for that whipped cream life. Ooh, it's like a little Santa hat. Now I'm gonna get into my little bag of broken Twix. Oh yeah, look who it is, Mark Bitterman and his artisanal salts. I literally say this every time I use these salts because I just talk to Mark Bitterman like I know him because I love these salts so much. They're really, really awesome for garnishing, especially if you make like brownies or cookies or something like this where you want to add a little bit of salt to it. They're just pretty salt flakes. And since this is like a salty caramel Twix hot chocolate, these are perfect. So I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of salt on the top. And to make this a little bit easier to drink, I'm gonna stick a straw in it. Okay, time for me to take a little sippy sip. Oh my God. Yum, oh my gosh. I love this drinking chocolate so freaking much because it is so chocolatey. And I'm gonna get a little bit of the toppings on the top. That's the good stuff right there. All right, that is gonna be it for today. And if you try out one of these recipes, I would love to see yours. So make sure you send them to me on Twitter, you tag me on Instagram, you can also show me a photo on Facebook. I'll have all my links down below. And it's time for a giveaway, so please hold. This is today's prize. Today's holiday giveaway prize is the Tarte Pretty Paint Box palette. This is such a cool palette because there's so many different eyeshadow colors. There's a highlighter, blush, bronzers. There's also a mascara, eyeliner, and lip paint. So, you know, pretty awesome if you ask me. If you would like a chance to win this palette, all you have to do is follow the rules that are down below in the description box. And just so you know, the winner will be chosen at random. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have some more holiday videos coming your way and also videos in the new year. You don't want to miss those, right? Right.